The archives of the totalitarian machine conceal many dark secrets, but the story of prisoner number 57 stands out for its terrifying absurdity. The documents preserved in the closed archives are neither confessions of espionage nor manifestos of resistance. They are letters written in impeccable, almost calligraphic handwriting. Every message sent from the icy island fortress in the harsh north began with the same phrase: "My dear little star, Elishka." These lines pulsed with the warmth of a loving father, the meticulousness of an outstanding scientist, and a frighteningly naive, almost childlike faith in the justice of the system that was methodically destroying him. Alexey Wangenheim, the brilliant architect of the Soviet meteorological empire, continued to write that everything will be fine, even as the heavy iron doors of his solitary confinement cell cut him off from the light forever. In the paranoid shadow of the 1930s, the state craved absolute control over everything, including the skies. Wangenheim, an eminent geophysicist who had deciphered the most complex codes of atmospheric fronts, cyclones, and cloud movements, did the unthinkable. He was arrested for the weather. In the twisted logic of the Great Terror era, when invisible enemies lurked in every shadow, shifting winds and sudden droughts ceased to be forces of nature. They became acts of sabotage. The scientist was accused of deliberately damaging agriculture, in essence, of climate terrorism against the socialist economy. And yet, demonstrating the blood-chilling power of ideological indoctrination, the meteorologist remained fanatically loyal to the regime, its leader, and its utopian ideals. 10 years earlier, this man had been a true alchemist of state planning. After graduating with honors from a university in the former imperial capital, Wangenheim came to realize a fundamental truth. Meteorology is not merely the study of rain and wind. It is the science of managing time itself. He who predicts the weather controls the 5-year plans. The forecast became a strategic tool for boosting productivity, coordinating transportation, and ensuring military might. By 1929, out of utter chaos, he had built a colossal network. Thousands of observation stations, continuous telegraphic data streams, and an army of trained specialists. It was a technocratic masterpiece. For a brief time, the regime granted him absolute authority in this sphere, making daily weather reports mandatory for the party's top leadership. The climate was in the hands of the state. But every tragic hero has his own fatal vulnerability. For Wangenheim, it was the illusion that science knows no political boundaries. The catalyst for his downfall came in 1933. Contrary to the unspoken protocols of isolationism, he opened the first all-union geophysical congress, attended by foreign luminaries, not in the official language, but in French, the traditional language of global diplomacy and intellectual discourse. This seemingly innocent academic gesture sealed his fate. On January 8, 1934, they came for him. The official charge sounded like a masterpiece of Orwellian absurdity: membership in a counter-revolutionary organization. In an era when high competence was indistinguishable from a threat, knowledge that ran too deep was punishable by death. The interrogation methods were merely a modernized, industrialized version of the medieval Inquisition. Wangenheim was deprived of sleep and subjected to brutal physical and psychological pressure. Classified files still contain confessions extracted under torture from broken colleagues who claimed that he deliberately distorted forecasts to cause famine. The ultimate irony was that Wangenheim himself, a priest of empirical precision, signed the fabricated protocols, firmly believing that a mathematical glitch had simply occurred in an otherwise flawless logical system, one that would soon be corrected by higher authorities. "We just need to wait," he wrote to his wife from the abyss. "Everything will become clear soon." He could not grasp the terrifying truth. The system did not need the truth. It needed numbers for its reports. Exiled to a frozen archipelago, officially to serve 10 years of hard labor, the scientist refused to let his mind wither away. Surrounded by the inhuman conditions of a death camp, the biting cold, starvation, and grueling labor, he found refuge in science. On scraps of paper, he meticulously documented the harsh microclimate of his prison, analyzed the migration patterns of northern birds, and created strikingly accurate, loving, naturalistic sketches for his daughter. In a surreal burst of dedication to his craft, he even attempted to organize a local weather service within the barbed wire. He continued to measure wind speeds in a world that had already struck him from the roles of the living. The illusion of survival collapsed in 1937. Secret tribunals, operating with mechanical, soulless efficiency, issued quotas for executions. Alexey Wangenheim's name appeared on the execution list as number 57. On November 3, 1937, the founder of Soviet meteorology was executed. His body was thrown into an unmarked mass grave, lost deep in the endless northern forests. The system's final act was a cold-blooded bureaucratic lie. Years later, the family was issued a certificate where, under cause of death, the dry print read, peritonitis. The state destroyed a man who knew how to read the sky and then erased the very coordinates of his grave.